Welcome, here I've got VIVAX Point X503 and I'm gonna show you the top tricks of its camera. So let's start by tapping on the camera button here to open it, and for now we are in the standard photo mode. Let's see what we've got here. Let me start by sliding to the left. Here we get access to other modes of this camera. As you can see, we have the auto mode, then manual, so kind of pro, burst shot, panoramic, filter, QR code and night shot. So this is a lot. I don't have much time to speak about all of these modes now. I suggest you to making experiments with that and just have a good fun. Now let me show you, for example, the filter. Here when we tap on it, we can make our photo just more beautiful before we take it by adding the filter to it. As you can see, we have access to this slider and we can pick whatever we need. We can adjust also the black and white picture and different kind of lights and colors. Now let's slide again to the left. Let's go back to the auto. And let me show you one extra thing here. When we tap on this icon with the video icon, we can easily go to the video mode. And here when we slide to the left, we can get access to advanced video recording modes. So we have also the time-lapse, slow motion and night shot. So this is kind of hidden settings here. And of course, we can easily tap again to the right corner here at the bottom to go back to the standard photo mode. Now let me show you how to use zoom. We can do it by using two fingers like that and get closer to the subject. Maybe let me show you this view and also go back. So this is how it works here, and when we tap at the center or anywhere at our screen, we can adjust the focusing and pick the focusing area at our picture. Now let's have a look at this settings bar. Let me start from the left corner. The first one button here allows us to control the flash. Now I've changed it to the auto, so the camera should recognize when it's needed, when it's too dark. Another tap here and we can turn on flash every time we take a picture, and when we tap here once again we can go and turn it off again. So let's stay on this now and let's move to this button, the second from the left. Here we have the HDR option. Now it's turned on every time we take a picture. Another tap and we can go to auto HDR, so also the camera should recognize it when it's needed, when it's possible to have this, and another tap to turn it off. I suggest you to keep this on the auto because the HDR helps to improve the details in the brightest and darkest areas of our pictures, and it really helps to making our photos just more beautiful, lightful. So this is a really cool option here. Now let's move to this button. When we tap here, we can adjust some aperture, and this is connected with the blurring background. Let me show you maybe here on this view. By using this slider, we can go to more aperture and less, and as you can see, this is connected with this blur effect here. And by tapping on this button once again, we can turn it off. So maybe let's stay on this now one here, because the next one button also helps to improve the beauty of our photo. Here we can adjust the smoothness of it. As you can see, the brighten, enlarge, and also slim. So these are tools that are helpful when we, for example, want to take the portrait. As you can see, I don't have really good conditions to take this kind of picture, so you have to discover it by yourself. But I think this is really good to know that we have this. And now let's just slide to the right. Here we have advanced camera settings. As you can see, there's a few of them, so let me show you. For example, now the volume key function. We can adjust here what our volume keys, which are here, do with the cooperation with the camera. So in the standard usage with the device, these volume keys allow us to control the volume. With the camera we can pick from shutter, volume and zoom. So let me pick shutter, for example, to show you how it works. Let's go back to the camera, and now when we tap on these buttons, we can easily take a picture, as you can see. Now let's go back to the settings to the right, And let's move to the camera sound. Here we can manage the camera sound. As you can see now, I've turned it off. So when we go back to the camera and take another picture, we can't hear the sound of the camera. Another tap here, and then we can again hear the sound. The next one option here is the save location. So here we can save the information about the place where we take a picture. By using this button we can of course turn it off and turn it on. Here also the important information is that to make it work correctly, when we want to save the actual location of our photo, we have to be connected with the internet, for example the Wi-Fi, and we have to turn on the location of this device. So remember about these two parameters to make it work. Now let's slide again to the right and let's move to the photo settings here category. At the first position here we have the picture size, so we can manage aspect ratio connected with the megapixels. We have two ratios, 4:3 and 16:9. I of course suggest you to keep this on the best possible quality, so 13 megapixels to 4:3 or 8 and 3 megapixels to 16:9. So let's pick it now to see the difference. Now when we go back to the camera preview, we can see the background has changed to the longer one. Once again, let's slide to the right, pick the picture size. Let's go back to 4:3 to remind you the shorter one is this one, and this is how it works here. Also here we can adjust the picture quality in some more advanced way. Here we can pick from super fine, fine or normal. And of course I suggest you to keep this on the best possible super fine. Now let's move to the countdown duration. When we tap here, we can adjust some camera timer, so we can delay of taking picture. We can pick from 3 or 10 seconds of delay. Let me pick 3 now. And let's go back to the camera. Now when we take a picture, we have the countdown. And the photo was taken with 3 seconds of delay. So let's go here. Let's turn this off now. And let's move to the composition line option. Here we get access to some help lines, grid lines. So let me pick the grid now. When we go back to the camera, we can see now these lines. This is useful, for example, when we want to use the rule of thirds in photography. When we slide to the right once again and pick the composition line, we can also go to golden section lines. In the camera preview, we can see that this is the spiral. This is also helpful when we want to make experiments with composition of our picture. Let's slide again, let's pick the composition line and change it to the reticle. And this is how it looks like in the camera preview. And we have also here the box. So in the camera it looks like that. Also remember that all of these lines are not visible at the real picture. So when I take a photo and when I go here to the left corner at the bottom to this button, so we get quick access to the gallery, we can't see these grid lines at the real picture. So they are only to help us taking better photos. And of course when we slide again to the right, pick the composition line, we can close them. So now they are turned off. Now let's slide again here. And here we have also some auto intelligence settings, so we can pick the face detection and also the smile shutter. And this is how to change this. Also here we have some help things from auto intelligent camera, auto intelligent scene recognition. So by using this button we can easily turn it on and turn it off. And I want to show also the touching photograph. Here by using this button, of course we can turn it on and off. When we have this, we don't have to use the shutter to take a picture. We can do it by just tapping anywhere at the screen like that. And this is really easy. And after managing all of these settings, sometimes we want to go back to the auto settings. We can do it easily by using the last one option. Here I want to show you, restore defaults. When we tap here, we can reset all of settings and go to the auto to start using them from the beginning. And that's all. Thanks for watching, subscribe our channel and leave the thumbs up.